Yet again, another L in the preseason. But who cares? It's preseason. The Washington Commanders fell to the Cincinnati Bengals last night, 31-17. There was some good, there was some bad, and there was some real bad. A lot of these players won't make this roster. I guarantee you that. We got a chance to see the first team out there last night, and man, was it a treat. Welcome to Everything Commanders.
Welcome to Everything Commanders with your host, Dream Team Buddha. Hail to the Commanders.
What's good, Commanders family? Welcome to another episode of Everything Commanders. I'm your host, Dream Team Buddha. Did you watch the game last night? I was right here, front and center. I even went live during the first half of the game. It was very pleasing to see Jaden Daniels out there, dressed up, suited and booted, and ready to get some game action. He scored a touchdown, and listen, I almost lost everything I had in me. I was in the door, let's go! Amped all the way up because it just put me in the mode for the regular season, and I just can't wait to see Jaden Daniels go for a couple tutties this year on the ground. Couple things I want to talk about today in reference to last night's game. What I saw, some good, some bad, and some real bad. Now, granted, I know it's preseason, and also I know it's just the Bengals defense, but I'm definitely happy about what I saw from the first team. First, let's talk about some of the players that didn't even play just before the game. There was a long list that was put out stating certain players won't play the game, and there was about 12 to 13 players that was not going to play. I read that list to you all yesterday on yesterday's show, just before the game or whatever the case may be. They added to the list Brian Robinson Jr., and then we found out during the first defensive drive, because the Bengals elected to receive the ball, that Trey Amos wasn't even going to be playing. There was no update, no information as to why he didn't play. Maybe he has a slight injury, or they just trying to hide him or keep him out of the game. I don't know what the case may be, but I was highly upset that I did not see Trey Amos out there. At first, I thought, well, maybe they trying to make Noah Iggy to actually be the starter over Trey Amos, and they just trying to, let the first team defense go out there and do they do. And maybe Trey Amos will eventually come in, until I saw a tweet by J.P. Finley and some of the other beat reporters for the Commanders stating that there will not be any Trey Amos insight tonight. I didn't even see him on the sidelines. Like, I don't even know what that's about. I'm sure they will pretty much update us on that if they haven't already. I have to check in and see what they, what they got for us or whatever the case may be. But anyway, last night game was pretty fun. It's the first half, should I say. It was a whole lot of fun in the first half, especially the first quarter. We had a chance to see Jaden Daniels suit up yesterday. We had the chance to see Debo out there, first time as a Commander. Ja'Cory Croskett, Bill Murray did not get to start, but that's cool. It's not about starting or being second string or third string, because everybody can get their reps. But he was out there for the first drive, so that's all that matters. But the Bengals got the ball first, and, defense started off slow, which was cool. I mean, it's to be expected because, they ain't really got no full reps as a unit against a whole nother team in a live action game. They came out there. You see Dietrich Wise on one end. You saw Javon Kinlaw. You saw Deron Payne, you saw Dorrance Armstrong, and then for your linebackers, you saw starting at linebacker, of course, Frankie Louvu, but they had Kane Madrano out there starting. Now, I was excited to see that, and I didn't even want to set aside a set of eyes to actually pay attention to Kane Madrano, because I thought he'll be going up against a bunch of backups, and I know he's just improving, and I think the kid has great promise, but he did a good job yesterday. And then in the secondary, Marshawn Lattimore was out there. Like I said, Noah Iggy was out there. So Sammy Strill out there. Will Harris, definitely good to see him out there for the first time. And then you had Quan Martin out there. Quan Martin always, get me excited because he's a solid player, and I think that he does a lot more good for the Commanders than bad. I like what I see out of Quan Martin. He's a hitter, and definitely he got good coverage skills. So it troubled me to not see Trey Amos out there, because I definitely wanted Trey Amos to go up against those wide receivers that they have in Cincinnati. Because Jamar Chase is out there. T. Higgins was out there. But guess what? They held Jamar Chase to one catch for like 9 yards. Listen, they did a good job, man. They did a good job. The defensive line was putting that pressure on Joe Burrow. And it was kind of like it was kind of confusing, because they were getting to him since the first drive. But they had Joe Burrow out there for like three drives. 4 drives. I'm talking about even when they set Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, Joe Burrow was still out there. But that's their issue, however they want to do it. He almost got injured, if you ask me, because Dietrich Wise had ragdolled him down and pulled him down by the shoulder. They say a horse collar. And we done got to him a couple times. So I don't understand why they didn't sit him down. But like I said, that's not our issue. Jaden Daniels and them went out there for a drive, and it was a 4-play drive, like 1 minute and 40 seconds, and we scored a touchdown. And you know what they did after that? They pulled Jaden Daniels out the game, because Jaden Daniels ran in for a 14-yard touchdown, and I thought that he was going to go down because he was in between 3 defenders, but Jaden, he said he wanted to score, and that's exactly what he did. I don't know what number 27 was doing, but if that's a Kyle Hamilton or one of them safeties that be hitting hard, a Buda Baker or one of them, Jaden Daniels better get his ass down, okay? But granted, the contact that was given to the quarterback, I don't know if he thought Jaden was going to go down or whatever the case may be. At this point, Jaden Daniels is a runner. It's no longer, let me take it easy. Nah, that caused you a touchdown. Now, I know it's preseason, and I know their coach probably dug in his tail and say, man, you got to put a hit on him to let him know he can't do that again. But Jaden Daniels scored a touchdown. Friend of mine hit on this parlay for Jaden Daniels to get a rushing touchdown on the first drive of the Commanders. So that was good to see. And, everybody had their eyes on Bill because, that B-Rob situation, B-Rob not even showing up to the game. He definitely said they agreed that he wasn't going to play. He didn't even want to show up to the game. So everybody, all Commanders family, was actually paying attention to what Bill Murray was going to do, what Chris Rodriguez was going to do. And they did not disappoint. Now, I give it this, though. I'm treading lightly because the Bengals' run defense is trash. Their pass defense is, it's just atrocious. Like, I think they don't care about defense as much as they do offense. You see what they doing with Trey Hendrickson? Like, offense is their main priority. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. Like, that's where all their money at. They count for 39% of their roster salary cap. So, if they put emphasis on offense, defensive-wise, it seemed like they playing with the money over there. But that ain't our issue. And it showed. It showed. We didn't even have our starting offense. Speaking of which, the offensive line played their tails off yesterday. I was so pleased with the offensive line. Now, as the game went on, things started to fall off a little bit. But at the same time, I was so pleased with the offensive line. Josh Connolly Jr. was looking good. Andrew Wiley was looking good. Nick Allegretti was looking good. Tyler Biadasz was looking good. Yes, Chris Paul was out there looking good, bruh. Like I said, the offensive line that was looking good. And like I said, excuse me, I tread lightly because it's the Bengals. It's the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, as time go on, we shall see how things unfold, but I'm definitely not going to diminish the progress that we've seen from the offensive line. I'm not going to, no. I'm going to give them credit where credit due. They're an NFL team. We went out there and we did what we had to do. Because you think them Bengals fans saying, well, we beat their backups or whatever. No, they listen, they NFL players as well. They beat us 31-17. And they may be paying attention to the preseason or games or whatever the case may be. It may mean something for them. But for me, it don't mean nothing for me. But anyway, getting back to their defense, Chris Rodriguez. Well, first of all, Deebo Samuels. Let's get to Deebo real quick, and then we're going to talk about the first drive. Deebo Samuels came around. You're going to have to respect the wide receiver motion now. When we used to do it, they ain't even pay us no attention for real. They had Alameda Sakirs running, doing the motions, Luke McCaffrey doing motions, sometimes Terry McLaurin. But they didn't respect it as much as they're going to have to respect it now. Deebo Samuel was out there looking in mid-season form. Looking like Deebo Samuel, who used to rock number one. Deebo Samuels did not look fat, out of shape, none of that BS that y'all was talking about the last year of 49ers in the Commanders jersey. He looked damn good in the Commanders jersey. And he showed his explosiveness. He showed that he's still quick, shifty, made a couple guys miss, and ran for 19 yards. Jaden Daniels ain't even get a chance to throw the damn ball. Deebo set the tone, man. He set the tone with that sweep, followed up with Chris Rodriguez. Listen, this is why I say they defense trash, because I feel like I could have got 10 yards out of that with me rushing. As good as the offensive line blocked up that Chris Rodriguez run, and it was like he didn't even get touched. The gap was wide open, so I could have got about 10 yards, and I'm slow as hell. But anyway, can't take nothing from Chris Rodriguez, because he hit the hole and he went off and he was off the run. He just got off to the races. He just got knocked out of bounds. And then who came in after that? They had Jacory. They had Bill. I gotta remember to call him Bill. They had Bill in after that, but Jaden Daniels drops back in an empty set, and Jaden Daniels said in his presser after the game that, he broke down the play. He was like he wanted to hit Chris Rodriguez in the flat because, as a matter of fact, Chris Rodriguez was at this point. Because Chris Rodriguez was motioned out to the outside. He said he wanted to hit him in the post, right? And it wasn't there. So by the time he realized, he turned back and he saw that Deebo Samuel could have possibly, been open, but he got to him too late. So he had to take matters into his own hand. And Jaden Daniels being Jaden Daniels, he got out of there, scrambled for 14 yards, took it in for a touchdown, and the whole crowd goes crazy. You would have thought it was a regular season, primetime Monday night game at Northwest Stadium. I'm talking about they was going crazy in there. You can see on the TV copy. I was going crazy in here. Listen, it made me feel like the Commanders are ready to play ball come against the Giants in September. Last game, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Tell me what's happening, man. Because I was like, maybe, just maybe, all of the luck and everything has worn off. But shame on me. Because them boys, when they want to play, they can play. And mind you, the defense, they was getting after the quarterback, but no Bobby Wagner was there. No Von Miller was out there. Like, come on, bro. Like I said, Trey Anderson play. But at the same time, and then offensively, Jaden Daniels ain't have Zach Ertz. Maybe he would have had a pass completion, but he didn't have it. We only did 4 plays, and we scored in less than 2 minutes. Okay? That should show you enough. That should let you know enough that the Commanders are dangerous. And we did all basic stuff. Now, granted, again, take it with a grain of salt because it is the Cincinnati Bengals defense. So, but I like what I saw. I like what I saw last night. There were some players that stood out to me, and there were some players that they need to go. They need to go. I highly doubt if they make the roster, but they need to go. But I'll start with the good, and then I'll get to the bad. Good, I saw what Josh Conley did. Josh Conley did his thing. I love what I saw. I think the kid's going to start. I think he's going to start. I like Andrew Wiley, too. I like what Andrew Wiley did, too, but I think Josh Conley going to start. I think they want him to start. I think it's going to be tough for him not to be the starter. They may start out week 1 with Andrew Wiley out there for the first play or two, and then let Josh Conley come in, just to say that Andrew Wiley started the game. But I think they want it's Josh Conley's job. I truly believe that. He did a hell of a job. He was out there doing his thing. Also, I like what I saw from. I'm gonna stick on the offense side. I like what I saw from Bill Murray. I definitely like what I saw. I thought they was using him a little bit too much. I ain't think he was gonna come back out there for the second half. I like those 2 carries for 32 yards and the touchdown was fine with me. He was fine with me. Now that we know he's RB1, like, come on, bro. Well, technically he's not RB1 because they still got McNichols. They still got Austin Eckler. They still got Chris Rodriguez. They still got whatever dude, don't even matter. But we know, I know that he's going to be RB1 eventually. So I kind of felt like, you know what I'm saying, let's let him go ahead and chill out. Listen, Jaden Daniels, when he scored, Jaden Daniels when he recovered his ball, his first touchdown ever in the NFL, although it was the preseason, it's still his first, you know. And when he get his first in the regular season, they're going to make sure they recover the ball and make sure he can take that home, put it in his trophy case or put it somewhere where as though the whole family could be proud of him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jaden Daniels for going to recover that ball, man. Jaden Daniels is an awesome teammate. He's an awesome person. And I love to see it. When they hugged each other, I start saying to myself, ooh, it's just about to be a tandem. It's just about to be a tandem. Like, I got all excited. And right now, man, I'm a little easy, man. So I gotta pump my brakes, man. Like, I love B-Rob, y'all. I love B-Rob. But isn't it exciting to know that, you know, we got some new talent back there, man. We getting better and better. We getting better talent, you know? But anyway, also on the offensive side, I came into this game, and I didn't make it a thing to play to watch, but I came into this game, and I wanted to see more from Jalen Lane. I definitely wanted to see more from Jalen Lane. And listen, he showed up. He did what he had to do. I see you. I see you, Jalen. I see you. Listen, I'm going to be patient. I see more out of you than I saw out of Luke McCaffrey last year. I see the way you running them routes, my boy. He got some good hands. Now, on the punt return, we couldn't see you one time because the daggone camera crew was they jacked it up. But I saw you do your thing. And listen, I'm satisfied with what I saw. And I know that your future is promising. And I believe that you're going to give me more. But listen, my brother, you definitely a commander. That's just from me to you. I like what I saw from Jalen Lane yesterday. He ran a couple comebacks. Granted, man, listen, after Jaden Daniels come out the game, man, and I know I said I'm going to talk about some good, I'm going to talk about some bad, but after Jaden Daniels come out the game, man, you got Josh Johnson and Sam Hartman, who both of the quarterbacks just, if I had to choose, I probably would say Josh Johnson because he's a little bit more seasoned trash than it is Sam Hartman, who's bland trash. Like, they both trash, bro. Like, come on, bro. So, but it's like you don't get a fair evaluation of your wide receivers once them guys in the game. So, for what he had behind the center at the helm, Jalen Lane had himself a good game. I will say that. It was good to see Deebo Samuels out there, of course, but he only was out there for one drive. All right, so let's move along let's switch sides to the defensive side. It was so good to see Javon Kinlaw out there. They've been giving that boy praises all camp. This is a massive guy. He's a tall mountain of a man and all this other stuff. He is so massive. That's all you hear. That's all you see. That's all you see. And, you know, he's a DMV native, DC native, should I say. And it was good to see him out there in that 52, man. It was good to see. He didn't bully the person he had in front of him, but, man, is he physical. Man, is he physical. That defensive line, we were so worried about the signings that they made. You know what I'm saying? Well, I can't say we were worried. Let me slow down. Let me backtrack that. I take that back. We were so concerned that they didn't make the signings that we would have liked for them to make early on. We was looking for the big name pass rushers and defensive linemen, and some people were skeptical about this Javon Kinlaw signing for 3 years, $45 million. But boy, them boys is putting pressure on Joe Burrow, and that was their starting offensive line. So, although they don't put emphasis on the defensive side, they pay attention to that offense. And our defensive line was getting after the quarterback, and that was without Von Miller. Von Miller gonna give you a whole nother set of skills that we just don't have out there without him. Now, Frankie Louvu, man, listen, it's just something about him that, you know what I'm saying, get me excited because he played with high energy, you know what I'm saying, and knowing his background and what he come from, man, I'm proud of Frankie Louvu. But anyway, let's get back to the people that that stood out and was good on defense. It's just one other person. I mean, I'm not saying that anybody else did bad, but that stood out on tape. Jeremy Reeves, bruh. Jeremy Reeves. I'm saying to myself, where was this Jeremy Reeves back Ron Rivera days? I had to say that again. What was this Jeremy Reeves? You always been great on special teams. You made the Pro Bowl on special teams. You became All-Pro Revo. But this Revo, listen. That little Bama be hitting, and he's always around the ball, bro. I don't know if he got faster or what the case may be. And I know it's just preseason, but these first 2 preseason games, he been out there laying wood. And that's no Yeezy. I love what I see from Jeremy Reeves. I like what I see from Jeremy Reeves more than Tyler Owens. And I know that's, the vet and then the sophomore kid. But at the same time, bro, I really need to see Jeremy Reeves out there. He's a must. I need a dosage of Jeremy Reeves every game on defense. And I think we're going to see a whole lot of it. This year, man. So Jeremy Reeves stood out to me. And Kane Madrano, I like what I saw from Kane Madrano. They started him at middle linebacker. And, I was kind of worried about him because I was saying to myself, well, I don't think he's the prototype. He got the prototype as a big-time linebacker like, big hitting, bone-crushing linebacker like Bobby Wagner. So, people going to knock him back to center field. Listen, that boy can hit. He missed a couple tackles, and, he coming from the offensive side and transitioning to linebacker, whatever case. It's going to take some time. But we might got us one right there. You know what I'm saying? Let that boy continue to cook in the oven. And when the time comes, when his number is called, he will be ready. But I'm pretty sure they're going to use him on special teams. But I like what I saw from out of Kane Madrano. Now, because I'm being on here too long. Let's get to the bad. Both of them quarterbacks, Sam Hartman and Josh Johnson. I want no parts of it. They both trash. Both of them trash. Now, I know some of y'all love Sam Hartman, but both of them trash, bro. We cannot get a good look at what the Jacoby Brooks or the Michael Gallups we already know about Michael Gallups, but the Luke McCaffrey or the Jalen Lane, we can't get a good look and assess what they got going on because y'all stink. Come on, man. Tighten up. That interception that Josh Johnson threw, he almost threw 2. But that first one he threw because the dude had his hand in his face as he was getting pressured up. Like, all you had to do is step to the side. You just threw the ball up there. Jalen Lane didn't stand a chance. He's by 2 defenders. And you throw it to the safety. Come on, bro. I know it's preseason. But you trash. But, it don't amaze me. It don't surprise me. Because, this is something that we already knew. Then Sam Hartman, man, poor Sam Hartman. That boy is so inconsistent. And I know he coming off a shoulder injury or whatever. But he need to run the ball a little bit more. because some of these passes he be trying to make is very questionable. And it shows. He's trash. He's trash. This need to be the last year of dealing with Sam Hartman. If he can't get it together, if he ain't got it together, just get rid of him. Just get rid of him. He might know the system, but I do not want to see Josh Johnson or Sam Hartman out there at any point this season. If any of them two out there, we are in trouble. I do not want to see either of those guys lace them up. Period. Moving right along. On the defensive side, this guy had me ready to go through the screen, grab him up, and escort him off out of Northwest Stadium. Tell him, get in his car. He go, $200 for some gas. I want you to drive as far as you can possibly go. Goes, because you stink. Bobby Price is trash. Like, bro, come on, bro. You stink, bro. You out there getting mossed left to right. Mitchell Tinsley was pissing on y'all last night. Carlin Vigors, Bobby Price. What were y'all doing? And you can't say it with Jamar Chase. We talking about Mitchell Tinsley. Yeah, he nice. But come on, bro. Let's be real, bro. Y'all stink. Vigors, I can't say so much. But Bobby Price, every time it's a big-time play, it's on Bobby Price. I wouldn't be surprised if they cut him. I wouldn't be surprised if he's cut before the last game. This Saturday. He trash. Last but not least, on special teams, Matt Gay, what were you doing, man? I did not like any of those kickoffs. I'm used to them booting that joint down within the 5-yard line, between the 1 and the 5. When he was doing them little sideline kicks, giving them people's a good chance, a good line to catch the ball and run with a head of steam. Like, bro, you setting us up for failure, bro. They need to address that. They need to figure him out because I ain't like what I saw. Hell, put Tressway out there if he can. But I did not like what I saw. But anyway, it's just preseason, y'all. It's just preseason. Can't wait to hear what the coach got to say today on Tell the Truth Monday. And let's see how everything unfolds. But anyway, that's going to do it for you, boy. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you. Make sure you give this video a like. Turn the bell notifications on, too, so I can keep you in the know where everything Commanders. Long live my brother Rico. May he rest in peace. Ricardo Jennings. Love you, boy. Before I go, left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Let's get it.